Holyoke, Massachusetts, and we're in front of the School of the Immaculate Conception of Notre de Lourdes, 1883. Ready for the 1884 school year. What this beautiful building was for the young Catholic girls who attended the St. Jerome's campus. And this design is gorgeous, very, very symmetric. It lasted at the school to the year 2003. And for most of its history, it was called the St. Jerome School, but it had many names through the years. In the beginning, of course, it's called the Notre Dame School for short. Right? And it lasted under that name from 1883 to 1963 for 80 years. And then it became the Holyoke Catholic School. And it lasted until 2003 in Holyoke under that name. Now, this is the longest name I've ever found in Holyoke. Patrick Harkins, the pastor of this campus, had lots of institutions that he started and named, and he always used very, very long names. This one happens to have 10 words to make it up. Okay, so you can see it's very much intact, and models very much the buildings around it. It has a beautiful mansard in the middle, and if you look at the convent next to it, which served as school, it also has a mansard on the top, right? So that mansard is not the original, but in this one, it is the original on the school. And you can bet that it has a school bell. It has a school bell on that top, because you can see the open space up there where they would have rang the bell. Now, the whole area around it is the rest of the St. Jerome's campus, but this whole campus grew many things. And we'll point them out. Over there is the Holyoke Post Office, with Art Decor building from 1935. But across from it was the Providence Hospital. It was the second initiation of Providence Hospital. It was a very big corner at the southwest corner, very big building, southwest corner. It was taken out, but through its lifetime, it served many Catholics for health reasons in the city. Next to it was a building that was the first maternity hospital, but it became a daycare center, and that daycare center still exists in Holyoke. It's existed since 1916, and it still exists 107 years later. This is the year 2023. And it is called the Holyoke Day Nursery. It was initiated by a pastor who started what's called the St. Agnes Guild to get money going to build it up. All right. Also next to it was a building that was owned by the Hadley Falls president, bank president. And that building also is not there, but it became the home for the nurses that were very young and served in the Providence Hospital. So there's lots of things around here. And one last thing that's gone at this point, or two last things, right in the foreground, there was a building that was a dental office, and that models this whole area because they serve basic health needs throughout the area. Okay, and two more things to point out is approximately where the yellow-orange vehicle is in the distance. That was the Father Harkins home for elderly women, and he served all the parishioners in any way he needed. He actually started up the orphanages of Holyoke, both the girls, the boys, and the infant ones. And he also started up a temperance unit. And the last thing to point out in this area is behind us is Veterans Park. So it's a very beautiful area. This whole area is part of the Hampden Park Historic District. And you can see in the middle of it is a statue of Columbia, put up in the year 1876 to honor all the Civil War people that died serving Holyoke. And so this whole area is very beautiful, and we'll talk about each of the features in turn, but we've been talking mostly about this school and the buildings next to it that have now disappeared. So thank you for doing this stuff.